Well, as you can see, I am still alive, thanks to the best friend any man in the world has, Sonia, who is still outstanding, right? Got to say that. Anyway, I'm not up and kicking, but I am up and shuffling. So we'll just tell you a little bit now what I've been up to. Well, the recovery is coming on very slowly. Been a few days now, but everything's shut down more or less, you know. And anyway, I'm starting to be able to eat food again. Stomach's starting to accept food. So, as I say, it's going to be slow, but what do you expect? But then, a few days ago, I was feeling almost back to normal. So, blooming heck, I did quite a lot. I was quite a lot of energy, amazingly enough. Anyway, blooming hell, I did it, didn't I? So, I'm really, you know, I'm 73, not 23, so I've got to really pace myself. That's the thing. Anyway, I'm still here and we're very slowly getting there. Well, on Sonia's suggestion, she said this old typewriter I've got might make a video, you know. So I've been steadily going round it and having a look. Got it out off the sideboard, which that's why I cleaned it. And had a look at it. And the only thing is, the carriage doesn't move along. Everything else works, look. See? Everything else works fine. So, I may or may not have a look at that. Well, I found the problem. The leather belt that pulls the carriage along, it's been stood there for so long. I mean, I can't remember how long it's been stood there unused as an ornament. Well over 20 years. Anyway, if you see, the end of the belt, it's leather and it's perished. So that's, you know, I won't be renewing it, but that's why it doesn't move along. And we need to get a new ribbon for it. And then it would actually work again. So I've not done a lot to it, I've just given it a quick wipe over. You know, that's all. Anyway, there's something of interest about these, which we all use today still. We all use today. Sorry, I'm sat in my chair because I thought it might be smoother, but it didn't, is it? Making a mess of that. And that is the QWERTY keyboard, which is still on most computers today, isn't it? If not all. Well, the reason for that is actually to slow it down. Because when you're typing, and you type fast, for instance, if I write saw, right, you do that. But they found when they first made them, they put the letters, I think, in alphabetical order. But the problem is, you would hit two keys together. Where are we? Look, and a jam. Can you see? So, to slow it down, they did it so that when you're typing properly, I'm holding my camera in one hand, aren't I, you see, so I can't. But, you know, because you know how to learn to type, don't you? A, S, D, F, G, right? Then with the other hand, I'll swap the camera hand, you go semicolon, L, K, J, and then you move across to H. There you are, and that's how you start. Right? And when you learn to type, what you actually do is you start going A, S, D, F, and then you go A, S, D, F, G, and then you go A, Q, S, D, F, and then you go A, W, D, F, and so on. Right? So that's how you learn to type. And the thing is with a typewriter, of course, they take a lot more pressing than a keyboard. You know, so you learn to get the same pressure on all your fingers. And your numbers, of course, are at the top, so it's like this, you can see a bit. 1, 2, and so on. You see? So that's how you learn to type. Anyway, this old Imperial, it's quite a... You know, it is quite interesting, and it's stood the test of time very well, except, as I say, it doesn't do that. So what I'll show you the other bits how you operate it in a moment. Just got to move. Oh, put me. Oh dear. Get my foot out of the way. There we are. So I'm in my chair because I've got to conserve energy, because I very, very nearly ran out the other day and really knocked myself up again. So I'm still walking, I'm still using my legs, doing that. Anyway, to use it, when the carriage has gone right along, like that, there's a bell at the back, I'll show you in a moment, and you get hold of that handle and you do that with it. And there's some stops at the back for setting your paper width. So that's another piece of it. This lever here that I just pressed, there's one either side, that loosens the carriage, see? And that one is for the spacings, how much it turns round to alter it, that one there. There's one at the other end, I think. No, I'm not sure. Now, it's a long while since I used it, but there's one there that does something. Anyway, so it's quite a... It could easily be repaired, and if you look, when I'm typing, the ribbon actually goes round. See? So you get a new piece of ribbon every time. There's no ink in it, of course, as I say. And here, because this ribbon is a red and black ribbon, you've got a lever here, look, for black or red. And what that does, as you can probably see, it doesn't move very far. It lifts it up to the red bit. Right, see, it moves it further up, so the keys, you know, the letters in here hit the red bit, not the black bit. So that's another bit to show you. You can bypass your tab by pressing that. So that's something to tell you about. And on the back here, if I can get round, there's your bell and your mechanism, you see. And as I say, when you press a key, it should move the carriage along. But it doesn't, because that strap's broken. I've investigated that bit. And there's the bell and the mechanism. And you set your stops, you've got plenty of them there, look. You do different lengths, you see, for margins and things like that. So you set your stops, and as I say, there's a key here which gets you over it, right? So you set your stops on your paper with your margins, and then you can move along, and if you want to go a bit further on the edge, like, you know, if you're writing a let's say a list, for argument's sake. So you put 1 and then you do 2 lines of writing, and then you do 2. Well, you press your stop, you see, and you've got different stops you can set at different places. So, there you are. Hope you've enjoyed this little tour of this old machine, and it should, in theory, make a bit of a video. See you soon.